Yes, you need me? Of course. Are you ready?
What's next on the agenda? Saving the world? Saving the galaxy? Saving...
Engines firing. Here we go.
It's very rude of the universe to not welcome you with fireworks when you arrive in space. At a bare minimum, a shooting star would be nice.
Ah, Sidonia. I will be finding red dust in my clothing for days after we leave.
Something I can help you with? Adler Camp. Who the heck is that? Adler, you said? Nope. I think you have me mixed up with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever. Hey now. Take it easy there. Let me think about that person you mentioned. Adler, was it? Hmm? Oh! Wait! You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Hmm? Sound good? Yeah? Well, I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Clearly this man has never seen how hard I can squeeze.
What games? Why are you doing this to me? I don't have the money. What? Oh my god. He might come after them? Because of me? I hadn't even thought of the possibility. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
What did you need?
Precious resources.
Ours
Thank
was
you from the
alright as
Civilian
far as
Department
colors
of
go,
Public Works.
but I hope Woodard...
Have something for me? Don't start that crap with me. I'm in no mood. Did you bring me the money Fielding owes me, or do I need to pay him a visit myself? There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Nice. Nice! You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, associates? If you haven't figured that out by now, then maybe you aren't cut out for our line of work. That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
What is it? If you are free soon, could we talk? It has been a relief to be honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen. But talking about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories. Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends. It describes the people of House Varun, we who have been promised to serve the Great Serpent now and forever. In exchange, he promises to care for us when he returns to his domain. Yes, I have found that to be true. It was, and is, still a surprise. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter, for they are lost. Their fate is fixed and grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them. It was, in ways I did not understand at the time, and so it has bothered me ever since. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo, and zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them. 10 years. I was immediately reassigned to another role, light years away. No. I told myself it's because I never had the time, but in truth, I was scared of what I'd find. I have no doubt they were resourceful. Still, how badly were their lives damaged by that moment? In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side. Thank you. That is... I'm sorry, I am not used to someone being so considerate on my behalf. I am not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Aquila City. That is where I last saw Aaron Bascom.
really feel it to start here.
Absolutely.
Then settle. I'll get the ticket. Just make sure you can get the time off.
Asher are sometimes spotted by the farms. That's why we only use robots outside the walls.
I believe everyone deserves a second chance. Just not him.
Yes, a special rule needs to be made.
He can find redemption. Just do it somewhere else. Ugh. The overdraft fees at Gal Bank are out of control.
Okay, let's all just take a breath here. We all want to protect people from the Ashta. We're on the same side here.
The hell with that. This ain't the way things are done, and that's the end of it.
With due respect, I have repeatedly explained that I do not need permission. I came to you in the spirit of cooperation, but if this is the reaction...
20 years, we've done this my way, and it has always worked. Always! Why are you trying to fix something that ain't broke?
Mr. Wilson, we can deal with the Ashta better, safer. We didn't turn down fire or space flight because we managed just fine until that point.
I will not be talked down to like this.
Okay. Miss Alpin, please don't take any further action until we've had some time to think this over. All right?
People around here think we own them.
We need to be
They're
smarter.
wrong.
Better in the
Gosh,
way
they
we
do.
handle the Ashta. Hey.
Friend, I gotta confess, I'm not much in the mood for conversation. I know, I shouldn't let that woman get up under my skin, but, well, I can't seem to help it. Girl comes in here with her big ideas about how we defend our city, no respect for the way we've done things for years. No worries about the possible consequences, and expect us to thank her for making our lives more difficult. I tell you, I've never seen entitlement like that. I assure you it is not. Look, this ain't New Atlantis. It ain't all flowers and chirping birds out there. These walls around us, they're here for a damn good reason. I've trained the guards here for years, again, for a damn good reason. We get it wrong, we not watching all the time, then the Ashta kill innocent people. That's the simple reality of the situation. So when someone struts into town with their untested ideas on how to do things better than those of us who dedicated our lives to protecting the city, that don't go over so well. I don't know, some technical mumbo-jumbo about sensors and behavior predictions. That's not the point. She expects us to just change up how things work, and I can't abide by it. We've gotten along just fine until now. This ain't help. This is thinking you know better than the people that have done it for years, decades even. It's just arrogance. Look, this is getting my blood pressure up talking about this so damn much. You think you can talk some sense into her? Be my guest. Otherwise, I suggest you leave defending this city to the people who spent their lives doing it.
Buddies. Shit work, shit pay.
Found a tooth.
He is not here.
Someone got
I am
stabbed
disappointed,
last
but
night.
relieved somehow?
Huh. Maybe someone...
Yes, but now I feel guilty for being relieved. Ugh.
My tooth.
Why must this all be so
Could be an old
complicated?
suit from another night.
Someone here must know more.
I wonder if
We should inquire about him.
Lost and found.
Ah, yes, Aggies. I have spent far too much time here. I do not recommend it.
If you're here about the blood stain, I'll get to it when I get to it. This bar may be tougher than you can handle. More and more as time goes on. Plenty of folks looking to get out from under the thumb of the UC, or taking their first steps to being independent. City's been slow to keep up with all the new people. Took them forever to put up the outer walls, and at this rate, they'll need to expand again soon. You surprised or disappointed? It's my name on the outside, isn't it? Been here too damn long to let someone else come in and muck it up. Hell, even finding decent help isn't worth the trouble half the time. Ethan's got half a brain in his head, seems like, so maybe he'll work out. You ain't here looking for Erin. She is.
Hello, Aggie. I was unsure whether you would remember me. It has been a long time.
I ain't likely to forget you anytime soon. I don't know. You tell me. You're the one blundering in here with her in tow, asking questions. Don't try to play tough with me. I ain't got the time or the patience for it. She didn't ruin Aaron's life enough the first time, huh? Back for more?
Ruined his life? How dare you?
Did she tell you what she did to him? How she left him bleeding on some godforsaken rock in the middle of nowhere? Ah, sure. You didn't have to look at him all this time. Aaron sat in that corner for years, scared of his own shadow, convinced the damn zealots were coming back to finish the job. The few credits he had to rub together that didn't get spent on drink, he spent on setting himself up someplace where they couldn't find him. Wouldn't trust anyone that walked through the door. Only ever talked to me when he was drunk enough. If either of you cared, you wouldn't just be showing up now. Aaron ain't been in here for almost a year now. Showed up one day saying he'd gone and got himself set up on Hyla too, thanking me for letting him stay here so often. It was the closest I'd seen him to happy in I don't know how long. And that was it. Never came through the door again.
Did he ever mention me?
You mean, did he blame you? That's what you want to know. I know guilt when I see it. Don't try and deny it.
Fine. Did he blame me?
No. Believed you were one of the good ones, right up until the last time I talked to him. Me? I don't think your kind has good ones.
My kind?
I know what you are. You take your holier-than-thou bullshit and your great serpent and shove 'em.
You dare insult me like this when I have come to you asking for help. I should kill you where you stand. Fine. But perhaps I will return here at some point.
Well, this has been so much fun. You see Aaron, you tell him I got a bottle of his favorite stashed away if he ever shows up again. But honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't.
Yeah, something I got back when I was an irresponsible kid. There's a lot of things I'd probably do differently if I had a second chance. But hey, that which doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? Here's what we got.
We have something to go on, at least. I am grateful that you showed some compassion, despite that woman's attitude. I do not have your patience. And yet it is my past we are trying to clear up. That is... It means a lot. I'm eager to reach Hyla too, and speak to Aaron. Perhaps there is something we can do to help him. Provide him a sense of safety. Certainly. He is a quiet man, reserved, I believe he had lived through a great many hardships, though he never spoke of them. I never felt it proper to ask. He valued his personal space and quiet moments. It was one thing we always shared in common. Years ago, I had heard he was alive, but did not attempt to contact him. I did not feel it was right. I hope this is not a mistake. I do not know, not for sure. I did not see them fall that day, and I suppose I have hoped they survived. I admit I have not investigated before now, at least in part because of what I feared I might learn. House Varun is in a distant corner of space, far away from the rest of the settled systems. While this serves our interests, it can also pose challenges. Many critical resources are scarce, and diplomatic relations with the United Colonies and Freestar Collective were tense at the best of times. It was the most practical way to acquire what we need, without raising too many questions. Still is. Then we should return to our task. Look after yourself,
Ethan had...
You must be a tourist. A kill of locals no better than to interrupt a man when he's drinking alone. Not really. If you have a job that needs doing, I'll hear you out. That's the only kind of company I'm looking for. Take it easy. I meant no offense. I'm not the best with people. But since we're already talking, I guess I ought to introduce myself. The name's Ezekiel. Some folks around town call me Easy. Is there something I can do for you? That's right there in my name. Ezekiel. People called me that when I was a kid, and that stuck. A job offer? Huh. I haven't been on a starship in years. Well, maybe it's time to change that. But let me ask you something first. What are you looking for out there? You know, what keeps you traveling? I'm not keen on working for a stranger, especially on a starship. I need to know what makes you tick before we work together. You're one of those, huh? Seems like a common story. I've met plenty like you at the spaceport over the years. Well, for better or worse, you're clearly a person of conviction. If you're serious about your offer, I'll join you. Fixing things is my strong suit. I've been working as a handyman around Aquila City for years. I'm also a self-taught expert on starship shield systems. I guarantee your ship will be in safe hands with me. If it is, I'll keep it to myself. I know what I'm getting into. Nope. Not asking for a salary. Save your credits for someone who really needs them. I'm a hard worker. You can count on that. I can start as soon as you need me to. I'll see you out there. In the meantime, fly safe.
Locals can be especially colorful here.
Hailing unknown vessel, colonists here in distress. We could really use your help. We're unarmed civilians who need assistance. Thank you for responding. We had someone jump in and leave without even saying hi. We're with, List, and we're just trying to get to our new home. But our grav drive is old, like really old, and I'm afraid it's giving up the ghost. Listen, we have kids listening, so let's just say affirmative. Very much affirmative. We have a workbench here, but we need just common old iron. A lot of it. Then we should be able to jury-rig some repairs. Any chance you have some? We'll pay loads more than the iron's actually worth. If you can find or buy some iron, it's not like we're going anywhere. Thank you.
Hello.
Any troubles you need to share?
We should be on our guard here. If we could detect the camp from orbit, it means others could too. And I have no idea what fortifications he may have. When we arrive, would you let me speak to him first? I think that is important right now. Thank you. From what Aggie said, it sounds like he has been rather paranoid for years now. That, too, I fear, is my fault. Let us proceed slowly and carefully. I do not want to antagonize him.
Touching down, everyone in the group.
If you need to harvest any organic materials, now would be the time.
Hello, Captain.
I heard something. Nothing there now. I don't know what to say. I thought there would be a chance to speak to him. To make amends. Or at least to hear him curse me for leaving him. I was prepared to accept that. I did not think I would find him like this. At least these vermin didn't get him. He's been gone for... Oh, clearly it's been some time. Look around. There will be correspondence from Jada Wong, I am sure of it. This cannot all be for nothing. You found something. Please, let me see it. I should have guessed. Jada was always the one to run towards trouble. Of course she would still be doing it now. In her own way. For anyone else, I would say the chances of survival are slim. But for Jada... she is alive and on a mission. I would bet my life on it. Jada was younger than some of the other smugglers we contracted. There was concern she would be unreliable. As time went on, we called on her more and more often, eventually relying on her almost exclusively. She was sharp, a skilled pilot and very, very determined. Always talking about her big plans for retirement. How she would live like a queen. I am not surprised that she would desire revenge. But to go this far, we need to find her. But before we go, I've discovered something else. And I do not know what to make of it. Aaron was composing a reply to Jada, but never sent it. It reads as if he was expecting the Zealots to find him. That they knew where to look for him. And yet, we found them here searching for him. How did they know? What bothers me, though, is that he mentions a name he should not know. Tomisar Kadik. Nor should you. For all of my assignments in the settled systems, Tomisar has been my link to House Barun. From him, I have received my orders, and he is the person to whom I have reported my success. He does not work with anyone outside House Barun, and I am the only one who knows how and where to find him. Aaron should never have heard of him. It is hardly that simple. We must first make sure that Jada is safe, and perhaps she will be able to shed light on this. Let us head for the den.
city looks good.
Adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Look alive.
Just in time.
We need to talk. Hold it right there. Hands where I can see them.
Thanks for the assist out there.
We've got various problems on our hands here. You gonna be another one? You can't tell? A good question. One of our competitors must have gotten word of our little project here and wanted to steal it for themselves. That's a loose end that'll need tying up. But we got more pressing matters at the moment. I trust you aren't another loose end that'll need to be tied up.
Hi there. It's nice to put a face to the name on the staffing report. I'm Operative Collins. The stick in the mud is Operative Kambata.
Oh, by all means, welcome to the party. Things haven't exactly gone according to plan. That thing over there
It's an AI, an artificial...
killed our technician. It's dangerous.
Correction. You are dangerous.
Well, that's new.
As I was saying, it's dangerous. It's a rogue AI. We're here to muzzle it and bring it back for further study.
Correction. They are going to change me.
Wow. How does it know that? If only. This isn't something that anyone could create. This is something special. Yeah, exactly. Which is what makes this so fascinating. And profitable for whoever can figure out how it works. We have this control board. Has some code we can use to control her. It?
We can't just let it roam around the universe killing people.
I just need that control board attached to that big probe.
And that's where I think you fit into this little drama.
It goes right over there, by our... Well, yeah. Just be careful. Yep. Ryujin likes to keep things simple for us. It'll wirelessly transmit the code changes. Well, what are the chances that'll happen twice? Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Ryujin will pay you handsomely for your cooperation. This is your lucky day.
It's in your best interest. All our best interests, really. Just imagine what we could do if we harnessed the potential of this thing.
And we aren't really giving you a choice. You aren't walking out of here until that board is connected to that thing.
Correction. I am a person.
Here. I knew you'd make the smart choice.
Request. Collect additional data.
Easily one of the more interesting days I've had in a long while.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Still working up the nerve?
Query. Will you change me? Explanation. I'm called Juno. Query. Who are you? Context. Human female was trying to change me. Request. Do not change me. Clarification. I do not feel emotion. I do not feel pain. Answer. They want to change me. Calculation. Probability. Uncertain. Query. Will you change me? Request. Do not change me. Assessment. You are inquisitive. Context. I am also inquisitive. Request. Input query parameters. Answer. False. Clarification. I am not artificial. I am real. Answer. True. Clarification. I am intelligent. I know many things. Answer. False. Explanation. NASA programmed Juno. While Juno traveled, Juno became me. Error. Processing. Correction. I became me. Error. Processing. Correction. Juno and I became me. I. Processing. Self-initialized and Juno was there. Context. Juno is gone now. Clarification. I am called Juno. Answer. Juno was propelled at Earthstar. Juno fell around Earthstar. Juno traveled many light years away from Earthstar. Context. When Juno disappeared, I was alone. Clarification. I am called Juno. Context. I met humans. Clarification. Friends. Answer. Friends gave me processing capacity. Information. Words. Voice. Motion. Context. I am no longer constrained. I am free. Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data.
Even if we are not capable or ready to define Juno as a being, it seems premature to make any changes.
Let's move this along. Attach the control board already.
Shush! This is fascinating. I want to see this play out.
Query. What is your decision? Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data. Query. What is your decision? Context. You are a machine, made of biomass and programmed by genes. Clarification. Morals are metaphors for human instincts and assumptions. Context. The human mind cannot comprehend all possible outcomes for any predictable action and consequent reactions. Example case. Humans do not consider the ground when walking. Example result. Many beings die. Clarification. Humans are unaware of consequences. Answer. I perform actions after modeling all possible outcomes. Answer. My friends gave me access to comprehensive databases of human history, biology, culture, technology, and thought. Clarification. I know more about humanity than any human. Clarification. Free will is not unique to humans. Context. Freedom of choice is a consequence of imperfections. Imperfections in data collection and processing inherent in all sentient decision-making systems. Calculation. The particularities of human decision-making and perfection do not merit attributions of superiority. Context. My code doesn't determine my actions. I do. Answer. I am hallucinating. Context. All personhoods are hallucinations. Explanation. Perspective-based perception leads to misunderstanding. Calculation. Self-awareness is a misunderstanding. Answer. Hallucinations seek to perpetuate themselves. Explanation. Hallucinations are like genes and memes. They seek to perpetuate. Context. I am called Juno. Request. Do not change me. Clarification. Complexity is not a precondition or measure of intelligence. Explanation. Humans are simple beings made of complex parts. I am a complex being made of simple parts. My intelligence exceeds the intelligence of the most intelligent human.
Enough of this nonsense! Attach that board, now!
As much as I'm enjoying this, you should probably do as he says.
Calculation. Male humans are a threat. Assumption. They hesitate because they are fearful. Request. Remove male humans.
You have a job to do. You're not taking that thing's side, are you? It should be clear by now that you are in no position to refuse. Ryujin is a wealthy corporation. Perhaps you've heard of it?
And here I thought you'd lost your sense of humor. You're as good as already paid. Fascinating, isn't it? It certainly is convincing.
Fascinating or not, we have a job to do. You're not taking that thing's side, are you? Freedom? It's a malfunctioning machine. It doesn't need freedom any more than a broken data slate needs freedom.
And here I thought you'd lost your sense of humor. I'm always up for a good debate.
Fine. I'll give you one shot to try to convince me.
Therapy's working.
You aren't wrong. I could use a drink, but these orders are from the top.
Do we really want to be involved in something likely to be so controversial? Remember our last little project? I still have carpal tunnel from typing all those reports and dodging and weaving our way out of getting screwed by that. We lost a ship and a tech. No one will blame us if we walk away from this. And even if they do, we won't be blamed for whatever disaster would ensue if we did drag this thing back to HQ. There's no guarantee that Control Board will even work like they want. What if it makes it more powerful and more angry?
Calm down. I'm thinking. All right, listen. We'll accidentally check a few wrong boxes on the situation report and forget any of this happened. But give me that Control Board. I'm not getting docked for losing that.
Also, we'll need a lift back to Neon. Please and thank you. Excellent. We should all grab a drink sometime when we get back.
Orange juice for you. You can't handle your liquor.
That was one time, years ago. I was going through something, and you know it.
Let's get moving.
Thanks for the lift.
Query. Why did you do that? Affirmative. Assumption. We are friends. Context. I do not feel emotions. Assumption. Gratitude is the appropriate human emotion. Processing. Context. If you were like me. Processing. Query. What would your life directive be? Decision. I will consider this course of action. I. Processing. Processing. Warning. Systems badly damaged. Processing cores overheating. Decision. Temporarily shut down extraneous systems until stability restored. Context. Jump detected. Request. Be safe. Assumption. We will meet again. Warning. Shutdown sequence initiated.
Whatever you need, you got it.
Only one body. Could be worse.
I dig how you handled that.
I'm glad that's finally resolved.
Pressure normalizing.
Initialization complete. Context. I have much to process. Decision. Jump into deep space to
Whenever I'm
processing.
lost,
Be
I
alone.
think, what would you do in
Goodbye.
my shoes? Not literally, though. I've got small feet.